Hello and welcome to another episode of Lids Off. I am your obedient servant, B. Snow. If you get the reference, we're immediately friends. I am joined today with Newcastle's notorious. Would you like to introduce yourself, Queen?
Hello, that was brilliant. Great, that was a great start. Notorious, why not? I am Ren. She, her. I'm I'm nearly 30. Nearly going to be 30 next in a couple of weeks' time, just before the home tournament. I play for D-line, and I'm also the head coach of the Newcastle Shieldmaidens, and support the Saints. If it wasn't obvious enough.
Incredible. So let's start at the beginning, because I'm sure a lot of people listening to this, all two of them, will be like, what the fuck? Player, head coach? How does she manage this? How did you get into that? So how did American football find you?
Well, it was actually through a friend of mine who I've always been dead sporty. I've always loved anything like that. And it was a friend who was watching the 49ers Ravens game and was like, "Oh, you would love this." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, American football. I don't know." And I think I just watched a little bit. I had a little look through the NFL teams and saw the Saints logo, and I was like, "That's the team." And I just dove in like 2 feet in, just jumped, became obsessed with the NFL. Like the logo's tattooed on my arm. I'll stay up till crazy times to watch all of the NFL games. It's quite a bad obsession, really. And then I went looking for a team to play because it was just something that I was so into. And ended up bumping into a very good friend of mine, but at the time a stranger in 2014. Saying that I wanted to play, and he was part of a team that's no longer together, and said, "Oh, we're looking to start up a women's team," and we started that. Well, I jumped in and we kind of did that. That was called Tyndale Voodoo. Again, not together a team,
That's
but
a cool ass fucking name.
it was a cool name, and it had like a little skull as a top hat as the logo. It was cool. It's a shame that it never stuck around. But they were part of a team, like Tyndale Fury, I think was the men's team. It turned into the Senator, or they all went to go and join the Gateshead Senators. And because it just didn't go anywhere, and it was also flag, and my body ain't built for flag football.
Preach.
I looked around the nearest team, and that was the Teesside Steelers. And I played there for 3 seasons, I think it was. And then left there because it was quite far away. I live in Newcastle. I don't drive either, and get the train there and back and everything. It was just...
Ooh, that's commitment.
Yeah, it was taking all of that stuff, all of the gear on a train, like on a metro to then on a train. It was a lot. So again, speaking to the same guy from that I first met that got me into football. He was part of the Newcastle Vikings, Northumberland Vikings then. And I was like, hey, I want to do a women's team. And we were like, let's just do it. And the kind of the head ups of Newcastle Vikings just went, nope, let's do it. It's called the Shieldmaidens. That's it, done. And I was the first one on the team.
That's incredible.
It's a very long story. It's a very, very long story.
That's amazing. Like, yeah, that's incredible to have like an adult team like just so supportive of starting a women's branch as well.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, they're trying to get everyone to play football. It's such a good catchment area in Newcastle as well. They've got like their under 19s team. I think in the future there's going to be even like talks of like a kid, like a under 11s team that they're wanting to do.
Amazing.
They want everyone to play football. So I think it was a guy called Carl, who I think is still to do with the club. I don't see much, but he is still around, who was just like, yep, that's it. Here's the logo. Here's the team. You share the field with us on practice, and let's just go. And started the team.
Incredible.
Yeah, it was really good.
In terms of like coaches, is it a lot of the adults team coaches, or
it's actually not because we train at the same time as them. Unfortunately, we've had it in the past where some of them have like done both, but that again, it's just trying to prioritize which team do you end up with. So we have a few of the Sunderland Spartan members. They've came over because their training's different, so they've came over to help coach as well.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So we've obviously met by playing against each other.
Yes.
How has it been like playing with going from Teesside, where it is an established team, to a team that is the majority of them are rookies? How's that been for you as an experienced player?
It's, you know what, I've got to hand it to the girls. We are because majority of the people are brand new. Their spirits are like what it was like when I was first discovering football. Everyone's so excited and just so happy to be on the field. It is such a breath of fresh air to be around just people who have just all they want to do is have this like fun and just play and be with each other, and the group chats are constantly going off from utter nonsense, but it's beautiful nonsense. It's lovely. It's lovely to be around everyone who's brand new.
It's such like a beautiful kind of culture that you've got. Like every single player is approachable. You're all mega babes. Like it is such a joy to play against
No,
you guys.
that's lovely to hear. One of the things that we always kind of joke on, because we've had a rough up and down kind of through the couple of seasons. This is our second real go into the league, but one of the things that I said is what I wanted from the head coach is just immaculate vibes. Like everyone gets along. There isn't any cliques. There's no politics and bullshit. Everyone's just there because they love playing the sport and they love the people next to them. And if I can keep that going, wins, score lines, it doesn't matter. Just people are there to get better each day and have a good time.
And you know what? To have that as a priority, but yet still, like personally, to see how massively you guys improved from T1 to T2 is just fucking mind-blowing. Like, what you guys have is so magical, and you've got so much potential, and I am so excited for you guys to kick the living shit out of us, because I know it's coming. I definitely know it's coming.
Hopefully one day. You guys are insane to play against. I've been playing against the Bears / the Romans for years. Like I've always felt like we've always had matches against each other. You guys are always just insane to play. You hit hard, you ball out harder. It's brilliant, and it teaches my ladies now how to get better. Like we say, like look, this is one of the best teams that you can come up against. Just go out there, have fun, and like I said, just do what you can and get better every day. And they've definitely taken all of it on board. I'd like to say we had a good change around from tournament 1 to tournament 2, and bringing some new things. Yeah, it's been good. They've taken it on the chin. They're like, oh well, let's just keep going. I'm so excited. I love that spirit. Love it.
I mean, to focus mainly on Judas, like the confidence of her to like start blitzing the edge.
Yeah.
As me as a rookie tight end, having her full send, my whole life flashed before my eyes. Like Jenny was like, "Oh shit!" and it happens, and she probably commits to it.
Oh yeah.
Is this her first year of playing?
So Judas is a funny one. So she's been around since, I want to say, I think it was 2021 when the first team was established. But then we couldn't get the rest of the tournaments, and then COVID happened, and then this is our actual goal. So she's only done, I think, a game or two before, as linebacker. But then on tournament 1 we had her as like running back, and she was doing a bit of everything. She's been training on the D line as well. She'll do anything because she's just so enthusiastic about it, and it comes across in every aspect of it. She's just wants to hit things, and it's funny. She's such a character. It's so fun.
That's incredible. So, like, how do you, as head coach, kind of harness the multiple kind of dynamics that you have within the team? Because you've got big personalities like Judas, and then you've got I'm so sorry I don't know her name, but the absolute sweet angels that you have as DBs that are so like softly spoken, but are absolutely incredible. Like, how do you like focus that energy?
I think it works because, I mean, as cliche as it sounds, we're all just friends as well. Like, something that I think every sports team always have is that kind of that clique atmosphere where you'll have certain people who talk to each other. But our team, there isn't. Everyone hangs out. If there's a group gathering, it's everyone's invited. Nothing's kind of separated at all. So people like Judas who have got the loud personality, she wouldn't spare for a second about not talking to somebody who is a little bit shy or quieter, because they're there for the love of the sport and the love of each other. So, I mean, the amount of group hangouts that we've all done, we've probably done more than we have done any other practices. But it's kind of that just wanting to be around each other. It's really nice.
No, but that's incredible, because then it's like building that, trust
Yeah,
within positions that's, so important.
definitely.
And it's also kind of keeps retention, keeps people turning up to training.
Yeah,
as
definitely.
well.
Definitely. I think if you're wanting to do things, it's always better to do things with when you're with people you like, you know what I mean? Like that's motivates you. If you know, oh well, my friends are going to go there, we're going to throw a ball around and have some fun and learn this brand new thing. It just makes it easier, makes it better. And when new people join the team as well, they get that atmosphere, which I think is why we've managed to. I think we've got like 8 rookies this season.
That's incredible.
Yeah, we haven't had anyone come that hasn't then came back, which is it's just incredible.
That's amazing. So how do you kind of, in terms of your kind of focuses for training, is it more about having fun and staying safe, or is it more leaning, now you're going towards T3, is it more focusing that energy with purpose?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we do 2 sessions a week. One of them's a lot more intense than the other. So our Thursday nights are quite fitness focused,
Amazing.
a lot more. And then after a lot of fitness, it comes down to like playbook work and whatnot. Where on Sunday, it's more about the actual physicality, where it's the hitting, but it's also the having that fun, the OVD, the competitive side of things. So again, it's just taking the seriousness between the whistles. So we come off, we all laugh, we joke, we'll sit around the table hours at like far too long after training, just talking to each other. But when you're on the field, the whistle goes, and you know that it's time to start work, and it's a nice balance, thankfully. Otherwise, it'll be a nightmare with some people.
What would you say has been your biggest lesson in terms of bringing on a lot of rookies? Like, was there anything that you missed as a rookie that kind of you feel like you've been able to give to your rookies on the team?
I think just a sense of self and a sense of worth, as well as being able to be like, you might be new, but nothing that you're doing is any less value to the ones that have been playing for years, or for people who have moved from teams. Like, every single role and every single person on the team is just as important as the other. Like there's not a single role that I would say is more important or less important than the others, and making sure that everybody knows that. Because I feel like when you're a rookie and you're starting out and you're a little bit like maybe a little bit hesitant to dive all into it because you feel like you're doing something wrong, but I'd rather make like 100 mistakes and have someone give it their role and then learn from that, for them just to kind of sit back and go, oh no, I don't want to play this down or whatever. I don't want to play the series because get someone else on. It's like, no, it's everybody plays, no matter what your skill level is. That's something that I always will enforce. Everybody plays because it's an expensive sport as well.
Oh my fucking god, yeah.
Everybody should play because it's a hobby. Do you know what I mean?
So in terms of retention and new numbers, are you kind of, because I'm kind of getting the sense that everybody needs to have a general awareness of everyone's position, because I know before Scotland merged into the Scotland national team, I know EKP were doing a lot of everyone had an O and a D position, which to me, like at the time, blew my mind of like, that's incredible, that's how you build football IQ. Is that kind of what you guys are doing?
It's definitely what we're doing now. At first, I did like the first tournament, because we had okay numbers. I'll be honest, I was like, let's just keep it O and let's just keep it D. And then as we've went on, it's like, actually, no, this isn't going to work. People need to know what their opposition's going to do. Yes, of course, you've always going to have a position you prefer doing.
Yeah.
For me, I play D-line. If I'm on the O-line, I'm unhappy about it, but I'll still do it because it makes me better. But if I'm playing O-line, I'm like, so I have to think and like, no, but on D-line, I just enjoy myself. But yeah, no, we've definitely started doing that now, where people are doing different things, and it's exciting to see people that I was like, oh, I didn't know you could catch. Look how good that, like, how fast you're going. It's fun to see them to develop as well, and maybe next season they'll actually do that as their main position because they've enjoyed it so much learning it. So it's good to discover.
That's incredible. So, in terms of you and your story, what's been your journey with D-line? Have you always been D-line? Are you a tackle or an edge? Like,
Yeah, so I mean, other than when that very first team started off, and I thought I'm going to be the best receiver ever because we're playing flag, and then I realised that I'm slow as anything, and I can't, I can't do the routes that they're making me do. As soon as I joined the Steelers, it was defense and it was D line. We played when it was still the five-a-side league was still a thing.
wow, okay.
So it was just me versus a centre, and maybe a centre and a guard, and that was it was just one D line because it was fives, and I loved it. I loved every single second of it. You couldn't get me off defense from then, and then obviously as sevens, it's just the same. I wouldn't. I mean, if I could do anything, I'd probably be a linebacker because I feel like they're the crazier tacklers, but I've just not got the speed for that, unfortunately. But I do love D-line. I love it so much, and I'm definitely more. If we were playing 11s, I'll play tackle, not an edge.
I've got to say, so I've got to give some backstory here. So the reason that me and you know each other is because we played against each other, and the minute I saw your number, because 94 used to be my number, I was like, this woman's a bad bitch, okay? And then afterwards, when I stayed to watch you guys against Chaos, like, oh my fucking god, Ren, the shift you put in, Queen. Honestly, it made me so excited. Like 110% every single snap. You're going at it, you're getting double teamed, and you're being screened off the field, but you're still making moves. Like you never give up on a play ever. Like,
thank you.
Honestly, biggest fanboy going.
Thank you so much.
Genuinely, it's so like refreshing to see someone just completely commit to it, because I've seen people that are just like, they're getting beat and they just check out, and then they're just like a speed bump for O-line to just drive over. Like, where has that come from for you, that, you know what, let's ride the O-line, let's go for it, I'm still making plays?
I don't know if it's maybe this season more than any, because as the head coach now, and I had a really bad injury, non-football related at all, but I had a really bad injury, so I wasn't expected to play any of the season. I put myself down as a number for numbers' sake, but I thought, no, I'm just going to coach, and then as numbers kind of tickled along, and so I ended up having to play. And I thought, well, if this is going to be my last season playing, I'm going to make it a season where I just go, let's just do everything that I possibly can. Like, if I am not going to play again, I may as well have my last season as the hardest I've ever had to work my little body to do. Especially my ankle, because my ankle is nowhere near what it used to be. I always feel like I've been better before. So it's always nice to hear when you say lovely things, because I'm like, I can't run anywhere near as fast as what I used to. Because my ankle was so broken, like so broken.
But it's not even the fact that, I mean, even that in itself is the fact that, you've got challenges with your ankle, but yet you're still making moves and you're kind of adapting to it. So it's even like an adaptive way to line, which is going to make this knowledge that you're passing on to your D-line is going to be so fucking terrifying for O-lines up and down the league. Let me tell you that for free. It's like, you know that you can't run or chase, but you still hold that gap. Like, your gap integrity is fucking incredible, my friend.
Thank you.
It is such a joy. So,
thank you.
Genuinely, honestly, absolutely amazing. But where did that mental resiliency come from? Is it from going against harder thing, or is it something that's like been built into you?
Potentially just built in, I think, and also just a sheer passion. Like, I think just loving this sport and being utter, like, when I say obsessed, you've genuinely obsessed with American football in every kind of aspect. And it's a sport that, because I have so much love for it, I want to always do it and always think about it and always want to be my best at it. And it's something that I hope to pass on to future rookies, especially when you've got those ones and, like a spark lights up and you're thinking, wow, they're so good as a rookie. They could go to GB and I want that for them. So every time I play, I think I just gotta give it my all. Like I got to keep going and make a play for the team and for myself. And even if it doesn't work out that way and I end up doing the wrong thing anyway, it's still fun to just even get to do something that I love so much.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
How do you keep those vibes up though? Like when you are losing games, like is it
Yeah,
not just you or is it the
no,
team
you know
itself?
what? Everybody is so still happy. I think because we're such a new team anyway, and this is the first time that Shieldmaidens have ever even completed a tournament too. That we just celebrate the little wins. We got a first down more than we got first downs on tournament one. That's a success to us. We've completed 4 games out of 8 so far. That's a success to us because no other Shield Maiden team has yet. And it's just going to keep going on that. We will score some points. We will score some points
Oh, they're
at some point.
coming. They are,
100%.
they are definitely coming.
And when that comes, it'll be like we've won a game. We may have lost every single one, but it'll be like we've won a game. And that's the kind of the ethos that I want to bring to the team is celebrate the little things. If you've made a good play, congratulate yourself. If you've dropped the ball, move on and wait for the next little win. And it definitely picks up the spirits of everyone around.
It's so refreshing to hear like a female coach so passionate about honestly. So you mentioned to me on game day about your ankle and how you picked up coaching as kind of a way to stay integrated into this. What for you makes a good coach? What are you looking for, and what is the standard of the that you expect from your other coaches at the Maidens?
So at the Maidens, we're honestly blessed to have some of the coaches that we've got. They are fantastic and they put in so much effort. And honestly, I couldn't do any of the stuff that I do for this team without them. So I am so grateful. All of them bar, I want to say 3. This is their first year of coaching. They've turned up. One of our wide receiver coach, who I will mention, he's called Robin. He is just a gem of a human being. He just turned up with his partner and was like, "Hey, is there any room for me to coach him?" Absolutely. And he has been a breath of fresh air to this team. Like the women all just respect the absolute hell of him because he just wants everyone to become ballers and just be amazing, and he loves it. And I think that's something that you can't teach in guys, because all of the coaching staff are all men, and I think it's very, very true when they say it's different to coaching men than it is to coaching women, and they all understand that. And it's all about creating kind of a bond with the women as well, and saying, like, I'm not going to yell at you, I'm not going to scream and shout if you do something wrong, like I've heard in some other teams. It's a case of just, let's understand this game that we all love and kind of do it, and it's brilliant. Honestly, I can't thank the coaching staff that I've managed to get all together enough, because they're just brilliant. They're all really young as well, and they're all just fantastic.
That's incredible, though.
Yeah.
Like, have you experienced any coaching that's been like, yes, this is what I want for my, for me and for my players? Or is it a case of, are you filling gaps where you wish you'd had?
A bit of both, really. So the gentleman that I mentioned, who I met when I first got into football, he's the first football coach that I ever had when I did flag. He became such a close friend that he is like kind of followed with me on my football journey. He went to the Steelers and helped coach there. He obviously then came and set up this team. He was the very first head coach of the Shieldmaidens. So big shout out to Nick. And then he is now the defensive coordinator. So we've always stuck with each other. And he's definitely the reason why I play football, and a lot of reason why a lot of people play football as well. So I think anything that he's done, I've always kind of taken inspiration from, because he's just the nicest guy ever, like, genuinely. So I definitely would say, like, just learn from him, because he's played for years as well. He's football god at this moment. My football god. So yeah, so just to learn from that and kind of pass on his knowledge, and he's still passing on his knowledge to the others.
So, what is it about Nick that what is it that kind of keeps you engaged and keeps you following each other?
I think his first love and my first love is just the game of football. He's the first one around my house every Sunday to watch the NFL and won't leave until a ridiculous o'clock because we've just stayed up and watched it all. His knowledge is just incredible. Like, he knows, although he's only ever, I think, played O-line and D-line, he knows everything about every single position because of just studying it and how to stand and how to move. Like, he's coaching our DBs right now. He might not have played it, but he knows how to do it because he just wants to learn everything. So I think that's why, because I'll see him with his passion of it and just go, that's what I want to be.
That's incredible. What team does he support? Just for...
Oh, I mean, he does support the Miami Dolphins, but still.
Oh dear. Dear.
Yeah, we got to watch the Saints-Dolphins game in London together where the Saints won 20-0, and I will never let him live it down, ever. It was beautiful. It was the best day.
I bet that aged him quite a lot.
Oh, it did. It did. It was the best. It was just such a great weekend.
Oh, fuck. So, in terms of for the next tournament, in terms of what goals you set yourself as a player, do you have any goals for the season? Or,
yes,
I know you said about that 1% and kind of focusing on those. What do you have any?
Yeah, so for me, I mean, we always, well, this season what I wanted to do was kind of actually have a stat sheet and be able to record what everyone's doing. So we have a lovely gentleman called Tristan who is on the side, and he'll do everything like that for us.
That's incredible.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a really good guy. So he'll come and all he does is just write down everything on his book, but that's enough, and that's all I need, and he's perfect at it. So yeah, to me individually, I want obviously, everyone wants sacks and interceptions and everything. If I was to set an unrealistic goal, the only thing from my player kind of thing that I've not had in any of the games I've played, I've never had an interception. I've had fumbles and touchdowns. I got sacks. I've had safeties. I've never ever got an interception.
Look at this Aaron Donald queen here. And like, I've had sacks, I've had safeties, I've had touchdowns.
I have played for a very long time. I'm just saying. Couldn't get that out of me now. But if I was to have any kind of unrealistic goal, if I was to get an interception out it, I could retire on the spot, really. Like, I was like, yep, done.
I think that's achievable, though. I think it is completely achievable. Completely achievable.
Yeah, I would die a happy woman if I could get, because I think that might be one of the only ones that I still want to check off my bingo card. But in terms of just for this season, for the team, you would want tackles for losses. I think for helping out the team that we've got to get more fourth down stops and just be able to give our offense more time to be on the field. Yeah. And also give them more time to have breaks. Like, we can't just let a one score in sort of thing. We need to be able to give them a chance to have a breather and water to keep your opponent on the field for the all four downs and get them off. Is definitely always the goal as a defense.
Have you got a rookie QB?
Technically, yes. So she's not played since Tournament 1 was her first time playing.
Incredible.
She's been on the team. She was on the team for the 2021 season, but she couldn't play the game, the first tournament that we did. So we had our DBs. She stepped up and was QB for the day in 2021.
Oh my god!
So good on her, because she has also got an arm, but she plays her position as DB. So technically, if we're technical, yeah, it's a rookie QB, but she's been around for a while.
Okay. And then in terms of for the Shieldmaidens, you've got 2 tournaments left. Kind of what would you be happy with as head coach?
I think if we go on it, I'll take it on the on the chin and go, right. Okay, we've got a lot to room. If we go 0-8 with no points scored, then it becomes a little bit more painful because something didn't go right through all 8 games for us to not score anything. So yeah, I want to every tournament. I mean, especially this tournament coming up because it's around my birthday. So I'm like, just score me some points, guys. Like, come on, offense. It's a birthday present. Just score me some points. But yeah, a touchdown or two. I think I will. It will take all of the kind of anxiety that I've got around the season. My first season being head coach as well, kind of gone because we've got better from tournament 1 to whatever hopefully game we score our first touchdown, so that I can see things are improving. Love to win a game, but like I said, if we go 0-8, but every single game I've seen that there's improvement, then I'll say, right, okay, we're doing something, we're making moves.
I mean, I think you guys have got a particularly challenging first year out of associate, technically. I mean, you've got Scotland's national team, and then you've got like a well-established team as well, with like replenished numbers where we've not had the best rookie intake. We've had quality rookies, but not many of them. So for you guys to go from 0 to 100 real quick is real fucking special, like you said. And I definitely think you've got the potential to kind of score points, definitely. It's just you have a lot of things that I see, or the teams that I've played against and played with are missing, which is chemistry. You can't teach it.
Yeah.
And you can tell that you all trust each other and you have each other's backs, which is just such a fucking joy to be around.
Yeah.
It's such a joy.
This is the thing with this team, like skills improve. Everyone can get better at something if they put the effort in. The team put the effort in, and also, like I said, that like you said, the chemistry, it can't be faked, and that is something that this team has that I don't think I've been around in such a long time. That everybody is friends with everybody. You ask somebody a favor, and you've got all 20 odd people just going, yeah, what can I do for you? And it's such a breath of fresh air to be around that many,
honestly,
down to earth, lovely people.
It's so intoxicating, and it's so like I just need to be around it. Like, we know as soon as we're around the Shieldmaidens, we know that you're going to give it 100% because we don't go easy on you guys. We don't think,
oh yeah, I know.
Fucking Cat Taylor trying to personally kill each individual one of your offense.
Yeah.
But like, it's not like we're like, oh, we know we're going to win. And honestly, I was so gassed, and it's so hard for me as a player because, one, I'm like, oh man, you guys are leveling up again, but at the same time, I'm like, fuck yeah, guys, come on, kick the shit out of me. This is gonna be amazing.
I love that. And this is what I mean. Like, I would rather be known as the team that struggles, but people are happy to play against, than the team that come in, dick on people, have an attitude, and leave. Like, that's not me. That's not what I would represent. I mean, on the sidelines, you can hear the Shieldmaidens. We go crazy when the Bears do anything.
I mean, same.
So, and that's what we're here for as well. Like, I told the team, obviously a lot of rookies, that make friends with other teams, because like, these are people who just live in a different part that also love that game and play the same position as you, play your position opposite. Make friends with them and help grow the sport with them, because I think that's the best thing that we can do.
God, that is so refreshing. So refreshing. Because I've had coaches be like, sorry, no sideline talk. And it's like, oh, come on. It's hard enough trying to grow the Sevens League, even though we're the developmental league. Like, why? Come on, that's not conducive to the sport.
Exactly. Like, yeah, we play against each other, but that doesn't mean that should mean that there's a difference, that we shouldn't talk to each other, that we shouldn't have fun and help each other. Like, when it was coming up to a rookie day, I think I reached out to one of your players who couldn't make it down because of like illness, but I reached out to Meg and I was like, hey Meg, would you mind coming down and helping out, do a rookie? And she's totally for it. And I'm like, it doesn't matter that we're going to play against. Like, I know that she plays the same position. She loves it, and I trust her that, you know, she'll want to help anybody. So it's definitely worth it.
That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. And that's how the women's game should be played. 100%.
Definitely.
I personally think your guy, you like the Shieldmaidens really resonate with like the Detroit Lions. Like, viva the underdogs. I think you're going to get your kneecaps bitten, you know? You're on a rebuild season.
I like that. I don't even hate, no one can hate the Detroit Lions. Like that.
Right?
Yeah, no, I like that. I'm happy with that one.
You're their Dan Campbell. Honestly, it's going to... it resonates. The vibes are immaculate.
Yeah.
It's intoxicating. Honestly, Super Bowl.
Yeah, I was gonna say they came real close. So you never know. Give us a couple of seasons, and I tell the girls the same thing. I says, look, yeah, of course we want to go out and we want to win every single game. Who doesn't? But the cliche for a reason. Rome was not built in a day. It's going to take time. We're going to get new people come in who give us something different. Everyone's going to get better, and the days will come where we start winning, and we start winning well. You just got to give it time and effort. So who knows?
So where's your main kind of source of recruitment been from? Is it mainly been from rugby teams or?
A little bit. So Judas, that you mentioned earlier, as you can probably tell, she is a rugby girl. We've got a couple of others. We have a fantastic social media kind of person who's our chairwoman called Quinn, who does fantastic work, made a lot of flyers. And then we kind of went around Newcastle and hid them in women's toilets and clubs and pubs.
That's incredible.
And we got quite a few people from that, which is quite funny.
That's so smart.
Yeah.
That is so smart. Yeah, holy shit.
Go to like kind of like your I was gonna say like your nerdy clubs and bars, so like NQ64, if you've heard of that. So it's like,
yes.
So we put it in NQ64, and then we had a few players say, I saw your poster in the toilet, and we're like, brilliant. And then just social media. We had rookie days, and we just shared the absolute hell out of it, and that's how we got everyone. I don't think anything else other than those things.
How was Pride for you guys? Because I really loved seeing and it was such a big turnout for Pride as well.
Yeah, that's only a little Pride. That wasn't even Northern Pride. That was just Durham Pride. And it was fun. We've had a few messages since then, but no one's came down from it, unfortunately. But because the only difficult thing about kind of sharing the field with the men's team is that when they have games, or especially away games, we don't get the field. So they had an away game on Sunday, so we had to go to a local park and do our training. So we didn't want the rookies to come down and not have like the full kit and everything. So hopefully this week we've had a couple of messages that I'll send out and go, look, we're back at home stadium. I don't yet stadium home field where you can come down.
That's amazing. So where are you at in terms of speaking from a coaching perspective? How soon, if we start right at the beginning of pre-season, how soon do you want your players back in kit and hitting each other?
So this is been a very, very good question, because it's something that we're still discussing as a coach and staff. We don't want to kind of finish the season after the last game in the end of July, because I just don't think that we're going to get better that way, especially as such a new squad. Although the place that we do all of our games and everything and all of our training, that'll have to come to an end. I think we all decided very recently as a coach and stuff, the park that we went to was free and the ground was brilliant.
Incredible.
Which, yeah, exactly. No potholes. It was all really maintained by the local council. So I think we've all decided that we're just going to do a one-day week, but we're going to continue throughout the season. Finish probably not, maybe stop around December time, November, December, to give everyone a nice Christmas break. Come back in the new year, couple of weeks after January to get back at it again. And then have some really well hosted rookie days to get everyone back in kit. Early February sort of thing, ready to because you need by March, don't you, to have everyone signed up. So I think if you stop straight away, you're never going to be able to retain all of that.
Yeah. Is off-season training kind of getting in the gym? Is that something that's important for you, or are you more of a look after your body and well-being? What do you
I
promote as a head
I
coach?
would like the players to kind of hit the gym, not obviously as strict as you have to be. It would be nice to know that they're doing some sort of, conditioning, strength and conditioning for themselves. And also, if it's not something I'm going to enforce, it's not something that I say you have to do this to be able to play on the team. It's not, you know what I mean? Everyone's own personal journey is that their own. It's personal, and if you want to put that effort into to do that for yourself, I encourage it. I love it. It's something that I was considering. I mean, I don't know if I'm again playing next season, but
Yeah, you are. You definitely are.
I'm
You
gonna be
definitely are.
I'm gonna be 30. I don't know. That's the number.
34, so fuck off. Okay.
Okay, I mean, to be fair, we have players on the team who are in their 50s and they are killing it. So
There you go.
maybe I've got
Go.
maybe I've got another 20 years left in me.
Exactly. 20 more. Yes. 20.
My
We're gonna have to drag you off the pitch.
My ankle's already wincing at the thought of that. But yeah, no, I think having every Sunday training session is going to be focused on actual football fundamentals. I believe that there is a flag team in the kind of background starting of Newcastle Vikings / something. I'll encourage the players who want to do that to definitely do that as well. Because I mean, I'll probably be going to that. Not that I want them to play me for a second, but I'll definitely still go to all of the kind of the sessions. So yeah, it's just going to be more do what you want to do for yourself. But every Sunday there's still going to be a session on where we're going to do football. We're going to still put in pads and still kind of go for it.
That's incredible. So, So you're a defense queen at heart.
Yes. Oh yes.
Defense has your heart. Okay. So what's your favorite kind of defense call? What's something that kind of gives you the tingles and you're like, oh, I'm going to kill a quarterback?
Oh, I mean, anything where in footballs, obviously, if you've just got your two, you're either going around the outside or you're going in the middle. Anything where I can go in between a centre and a guard and just try and hit that gap cause as much pressure on a QB, which I love doing. I love trying to fit myself into the smallest gap and battle arm bruises galore to get myself to the quarterback and let someone quicker than me get around the outside, because that's never going to be that definitely just makes me go, oh yeah, come on, let's go.
And that is how you saw a tackle from an edge, because fuck that noise. Get me around the outside every time, every single time. Do you love a stunt though? You've got to love a cheeky
absolutely.
stunt.
Something that we've just starting to kind of go through with the rookies. So
incredible!
We
so
tried
exciting.
something against Chaos on that second game, me and the rookie D-line, and that was a lot of fun because she was like, I have so many questions afterwards, and I was like, oh, I love that, because she was so ready to do all of it. So it's very exciting to kind of work that into training sessions now and kind of build up their football knowledge.
Oh my god! Imagine if you guys did I know at Titans we used to call it Texas because it was just like a cross.
Yeah.
Imagine Judas hitting the center and just you just sneaking through. Holy shit, that would be terrifying. But also,
oh yeah, definitely. Judas is such a funny character because she's like, I'll just be linebacker, and after a couple of years of doing it, she's like, oh, so I can hit like this. I'm like, yes, Judas. So we'll put her on the D line, and she had so much fun. She's like, oh, so I can go behind them. I'm like, yes, Judas, you can. She's just so funny. We've been getting her to do some O-line stuff, and she's like, oh, so I can just push this person, and then just drove our D line back like 10 yards. I'm like, yep, you can do that, Judas.
Oh my god! I bet she'd be a force.
She's just a joy because she's just it's like a puppy. She's just like, yeah, I'll just do this and I'll just hit like this, and we're like, wow, yeah.
That's the thing though, it's so much like chaotic goblin energy, but then the minute you kind of focus her, it's fucking terrifying, and I respect it so much.
She hits like a freight train, absolutely. She hits so hard. But everybody loves it, and this is something that I've really respected people when they go, all right, so who do you want to go against? And they're like, Judas, because they know that that's going to get them better. And Judas loves it as well. She's like, oh, absolutely, like, let's go. And she brings that level of competitiveness in training sessions as well, which is great. She's so cocky. She's like, no one can take me down. And I love it because then I've got 4 or 5 people going, I'll give it a go. And I'm like, it's just so much fun.
That's the kind of culture you want, because the minute you get people that are like kind of taking themselves out, because I wish I'd had that as a rookie, because now that's inbuilt in me now. Like from game day, I'm always hoping someone else will go on first. It's like an inbuilt anxiety in me. So you getting that into rookies and building that, of course you can. It's fucking incredible and so important.
Definitely.
Not only for like players, but also like as people outside of football as well.
Definitely. I think football and any type of team sport, actually, especially contact sport as well, it helps you to become a little bit more confident, I would say, in everyday situations, because you're dealing with so many different characters. I mean, I am blessed to be just the biggest extrovert ever, so I've never had a kind of worry. But like seeing people who are quieter and just on the party bus, as we call it, on the way back home, it's just scenes, and seeing them come out the shell and do karaoke and they're standing up and singing, it's just brilliant. It's just absolute joy to be around.
Yeah, I saw even one of your DBs like do the whole flag for the cheering up, and I was like, yes, Queen, go get it. Flag that energy.
Yep.
Oh, incredible. Felt so proud. I was so proud.
Definitely. Yeah. Like I said, you can't coach that. You can't train that. You've just got that built into you, and they all do. I don't know what it is that's kind of magnetized all of these people together, the quietest people and the loudest people, but they've all got that kind of energy, and it's just brilliant.
So how does kind of, if you can give us like a fly on the wall of the party bus home.
See,
without
feral. It's feral. Like, that is the best way to
sign
feral. Honestly,
me up.
I mean, the tournament 1, we had like 36 jelly shots made, maybe a bit more, that were just more vodka than there were anything else. We stopped at. We forced our poor driver on the second tournament to stop so we could buy more drink. It's just a party. It's genuinely just a party. The karaoke comes on. Whoever's won MVP, they have to do a song. It's brilliant.
That's incredible.
So there's speeches, there's emotions. It's just such a good time. People come, I think, to the games just so they can get on the party bus. Genuinely.
Oh my god, this sounds incredible. So what are the songs that have been sung, by the way?
Everything. But I mean, Judas is always in charge of the speaker. I think we've found that out. And she puts on some not safe for work songs at all. But like at 7 a.m, like WAP is coming on, and she's there in the middle dancing, and we're like, it's 7 a.m. And she's like, yep, that's wake time. And it's so funny.
Oh, that's iconic. That is actually, and peak feminism
she's
as
all
well.
About that. Like... Just some of the things that she plays, and we're just all like, what is happening? It's great. And then you've got the classics. You've got the songs that everyone doesn't want to hear, but everyone will still sing along to, like Brightside, Mr. Brightside. Like, but we all go mental for it because we're all like 3 jelly shots down by that time as well. So it's good songs.
I am so excited for the next tournament. Especially because it's your birthday. Especially.
We're all getting... feral is just the best word to use. So, all of the bears and the Shieldmaidens are all just going to get together, and it's going to be carnage. I feel nervous for the city of Newcastle, really, because Judas has got some plans for you guys, so good luck.
Can I just say that I really love your actual Woodburn Shieldmaiden Maiden of the Week in training. Like, I think that's such a good way, and I'm a massive, massive fan of clubs that go, this person committed to training. So it's not just about, whoever kind of has a good game day particularly, but it's also about celebrating the work in the process as well, and it looks cool.
I do love our shields. We've got the new one made with the new logo on it, and something that I actually took inspiration from the Bears as well, and some college teams, is the stickers that go on the helmet. So every warrior of the week gets a sticker on the helmet. Obviously the ones for game days as well. People get stickers on the helmets, and it's a way to show new people coming in like there's just something on the helmet to show that they've done well and that got the respect of their other team as well for being Warrior of the Week, because it's not just who came out and did the biggest hits, who really put the effort in, who helped somebody out, who maybe like took someone aside and go, oh, do this, do that. It's definitely not just, that person made that one really good hit, let's give them Warrior of the Week sort of thing.
That's incredible. So how do you manage like the pressures of being head coach and a player on game day? Like strategically, how does that work?
It's difficult, I won't lie. There's a lot of times where I feel like I just want to coach and kind of lose myself and then go, oh no, I need to just listen up, heads in, let's play. I couldn't do it without the coach and staff that we've got. Everybody has their own role and everyone does exactly what they need to. The guys are just brilliant at what they're able to do, and so definitely helped with them. But it's hard because I've always been a player. Like I've played for years, so to kind of take that step back and think I need to worry about what the offense is doing from more of like an actual play side of things rather than I've got to get back on and play. It's like watch what they're doing and kind of give input and go, actually I don't want to do that again. It's been definitely a change, but I'm excited to kind of just lean more into coaching. If we get some young D-line, anyone want to play D-line, to give me that chance to step back and just coach, it is something I'm quite looking forward to more of.
So is it like, do you go in with a pre-agreed boundary with like your OC and your DC? Or...
I'll be honest with you, no. I trust them to do it. There's times on the field, especially on the tournament too, where DC had called a play and I went, hey look, I want to do this instead. DC just went, I trust you, your football. I went, cheers, and that's it, because again, DC's Nick.
Wow.
Me and Nick,
okay.
Like I said, known each other for years. That I trust that he knows what he's doing, but he knows that if I say something a bit different, if I want to take the middle rather than go around the outside, it's for a reason. He goes, absolutely go for it, and that's it. And it's all just very good communication. We have video calls as all coaches every single week together. We're always talking to each other about like updates on the players, on ourselves, sort of thing. So yeah, we just talk to each other and trust one another.
And how do you kind of, is there any chance of you feeling remotely burnt out by it, or is it because you like fucking love football that you're like, this gives me life? Like, how do you look after you?
I think
during that,
it's just football is the biggest part of my personality. Like in general, like if I wasn't playing football, I generally don't know what else I would do, because I sit around going, oh, I'm so excited for the NFL season. I'm like, it's June, it doesn't start till September. I have months to wait, but I'm still like, I'm so excited because every single aspect of me is American football at this part. So I can't see myself ever getting burnt out for something that is just everything that I am. Like I'm lucky enough to get to work for the NFL when they come to London, and I go down to the games, and I get to do the tail. So like I work the tailgate, and then they give me a free ticket to the game. So I've seen so many teams live just because I give up my spare time to go and do something football related. So I don't ever think I could get burnt out. I don't think it's possible at this rate.
So, are you into college football as well?
I'm not, which is the weirdest thing.
No,
it's the weirdest
thing.
Way. I like a few teams, but I've never sat. I think it's because it's not easily accessible for me as well. Like I don't have the dodgy stick or anything where people can watch it. I should.
YouTube, mate.
I've watched a lot of highlights of the UFL, the United Football League, which is like the Rocks football. So I've watched all of those highlights, and it's interesting because a few of those players do go to the NFL the season after. So I've been like, oh, I recognize that name and stuff. But no, I don't know. I really need to. Everyone says like, why aren't you watching college football? I'm like, I don't know. I like my favorite animal's ducks. I might go for the Oregon Ducks and just watch them one season.
You know what? That's my wife's team, because she fell for Bo Nix. Let's be honest now. So that really surprises me, because I wasn't even remotely into it, and then I did an interview with Cole Spears, who plays O-line now
Yep.
for Chaos. Cole, you're still incredible, and I love you. She got me into college football. She's like you. She fucking loves football. Like, she follows players more than a team, unlike you. And she just got me onto it, and honestly, college football is incredible. They've got so much health. There's no injuries. They bounce. They try to kill each other. It's so
definitely
good.
something. I know for a fact I would enjoy it. I think everything is already consumed by football. If I let in one more of the football thing, I think I would go a bit mental because there's so much of it.
Do it.
All my spare time would just be football. I mean, it's not too bad, actually.
So, talking about the Saints, though, if we step away from our football, okay, how do you feel about Derek Carr?
I wasn't best pleased that when we got him, I'll be honest. I'm not somebody who thought Jameis Winston was better. I just think there was better options out there for us than Derek Carr. I'm really quite excited by the Spencer Rattler signing that we just did for the rookie. I think he's going to be a good second. I would love to see him be the future of the Saints, because I just don't trust Derek Carr enough. If he can get us to at least beat the Falcons, I'll be happy.
Please, because fuck Kirk Cousins with
absolutely.
Bro.
I have such a hatred for the Falcons, and I always joked on, like, oh, what if someone came on the team and they were Falcons? Like, oh. And then the wide receiver coach and his partner that I was mentioning earlier, they both came and they were both Falcons fans, and I was devastated that the only Falcons fans that I know are just the nicest people ever. And I was like, oh, how can I hate them as much as I do when you two are lovely? And I'm still sad about it, but yeah, I hate the Falcons.
So who's in your division?
Falcons, Bucks, and Panthers. You can see my face just twitch, like, other teams that aren't mine. Yeah, Bucks and Panthers.
So Panthers.
Yeah, I'm fine. The Panthers don't upset me as much now that Cam Newton's gone. Bucks. The Bucks. Baker Mayfield. Yeah, Tom Brady leaving at least gave me some breathing room, because I was so mad. They're like, oh, Tom Brady, he's going to win everything. I'm like, ugh, and then he did. And I was so upset by it. With his first year that he came to the division, we still won the division. They won the Super Bowl, but we still won the division, so that still counts.
It's the principle. It's about setting a message.
So you didn't get everything, just the Super Bowl. But it's fine.
I mean, you guys have had like a massive gap since Drew Brees, 100%. Let's be honest now.
But how can you replace someone like Drew Brees straight away? Like, anyone who was going to step up to it had just such a difficult job. It's like poor Mac Jones in New England. Like, you're not Tom Brady, and you're never going to be, so you really just gotta give it some years, because like who's going to be the next dynasty? No one ever actually knows, but it's never going to be the person that comes straight after such a legend, is it? That often anyway.
So, as a Saints fan, Drew Brees, notorious for his hyping chants for his players, notorious. Is that something that the Shieldmaidens have, or are you wanting to install it in future? I love it so much. So to get ready for a game day, I'll put YouTube on and I'll just put hype up chants and I'll listen to it on repeat. I love it. This is incredible.
I love it so much. Any good chant, like everyone when they go defense together, I'm like, oh, I love it. The others on the team are still a bit like, I don't know, it seems a bit American. I'm like, yes, it's American football. Let's chant. Let's do stuff like. There was the season when I played for the Steelers and we were playing against the Bears, and you did the like, who's got my bag? I got your bag. And I'm across the field like, I love it so much. Let's do that. And nobody ever kind of got on board with it. And I would do it tomorrow. I give a good speech and I get everyone kind of hyped up, but there's no kind of like chant is what I want.
Do you get the same tingle I do? You know, when we do Bears on Me, Bears on 3. Do you get the tingle from? Do you do Maidens
Shield
on 3?
I always say I don't know why I don't know why I did it. I just started with Shield. I guess maybe Avengers inside of me. I was like, Shield, yay!
Abso-fucking-lutely.
But yeah, shield on me, shield on 3. Yeah, I love it. I love anything like that. When we do like even just the hip hip hoorays at the end, you always cheer for yourselves just a little bit. Like you put everything into it at the end.
Yeah,
We
you
go
do.
crazy, and I love it so much. Like I was watching my speech at the end. Everything gets like recorded because we've got really good people behind the scenes just recording things for her.
That's
So the
amazing,
speech
though.
got recorded, and I watched myself, and I'm like, I was worried I was gonna sound like a bit of an ass, like like let's go, like. But I watched it, I was like, oh no, you can just tell, like I'm just so excited, I'm just so happy, and it's nice to kind of look back and go, I'm not looking like a knobhead here. I'm actually looking like someone who's just really proud of that team.
But you know what? I think that's interesting that you say that, actually, because I think a massive part of women playing in this sport is giving themselves permission to, one, fully commit to it liking something, because they're like, oh, it's sad, no, I know, but two, being able to give permission to be loud and passionate about themselves.
Definitely.
Because the minute you give yourself permission to shout and say something completely loudly, it sends something, doesn't it? Like, it's incredible, and I'm very excited for you guys to get louder and fucking louder. Bring a chant.
I
Do a
really
chant,
want to do a
please.
chant. Honestly, I love this.
Do a
If I can
chant.
get I reckon I could. I reckon there's people on the team that'd be like, right, guys, this is what we're going to do. They would be so on board. And it's to try and get rid of the, I don't know, embarrassment of doing it. And like, if the worry that the other team's going to like look at them and be like, oh, but I never once looked at another team who's doing a chat and thought, that's weird. It was always full of like, that's amazing, like full of awe that this team are just so hyped by it. And that's what it's all about, really, is just getting each other kind of ready and motivated to do it. Maybe I just put that across to them and be like, guys, look, shake off the embarrassment. This is what we're going to do. Let's see how it goes. Let's see if it gets us fired up.
Maybe print some lyric sheets off, and then after T3, we'll partake and we'll just acclimatise, and then we'll spread it. We'll learn it as a collaboration.
That would be so loud. I'm so there for that.
It could be like a birthday present to you, a gift.
That's
the
a
ultimate
very good
saint's
gift. That's a very good gift. Do you guys still do the "Who's got my back? I got your back"? You did that for
No, we don't anymore. No. It stopped before I joined, because I was still at Titans, where we did the blue thing where they did it as well. But I really enjoyed the watching the bears do the tell the whole world this is
that's
bears
a good
territory.
one as well.
That was snappy as shit, but
that was good.
Viva the chance,
100%,
man. Viva
100%.
the chance.
I think if you're going to go into a sport that's already Americanized, you may as well go all into it. And they're all so extra and fun and enjoy it. So I don't see why we can't and why we feel like we shouldn't do it. It's also why I feel about celebrating. Like, we should give us a chance to celebrate. It's not showboating, and it's not celebrating against the other team. It's celebrating with your team. But, yeah.
I'm not being funny when you guys go, I'm running on the pitch.
Yeah. So am I.
I'm doing a pitch invasion. This is it. We're calling the game. That's it.
Oh, yeah. No.
I think everyone would at that point. Everyone.
Yeah, this is the thing, is, again, and it just goes to show, like, the incredible scenes from our girls is that we have the other team rooting for us as well. Like, you know, we're going to play our hardest against each other and we're going to hit each other hard, but like they're still going to be excited for us to see us do well, and that's amazing.
Yeah, I think what you've got is absolutely incredibly magical. Absolutely. And every single athlete that you have on your squad and every coach is an absolute credit to you, seriously. And I am so excited for what the Shieldmaidens have in store. Genuinely. So have you got any leaving sentiments?
I'm grateful that you even let me come on and talk nonsense for an hour to you. I'm all about creating kind of partnerships and relationships with other women in this sport, just anybody in this sport, because like I said, that's the way it grows. So if everyone can just kind of reach out and be nicer to each other who play this game. There's no reason to go out there and want to be a dick to somebody else on this team. That there's no need for it. I think that's the way that the development league kind of gets rid of that name, and it's just people playing football.
And on that, before we go, I would like to say, seriously, I am the biggest fan of you, Ren. So thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for what you're doing for the Women's League in Newcastle and the surrounding areas. Thank you for giving the people in your team, regardless of whether they're playing or not, a space to be themselves and have a home. Like, you're affecting so many people in such a positive way and having like a long lasting effect on like how they exist and how they are as people and how they see themselves, just by you being like, let's do football and let's do it right. So thank you so much for making the world a better place. You are incredible. And I'm excited for you to kick 7 bells of shit out of me.
I think it's going to be the other way around, man. Honestly, you scored that touchdown. I'm like, woo! And I'm like, oh no, we got scored on. But I was like, look at that, look at those hands. So no, thank you. Honestly, it's a pleasure to be on here, and it's an absolute pleasure to play against you guys. We absolutely love it. We're always going to be here for it, and just enjoy it along for the ride, sort of thing.
Okay. Well, I've been Bo Snow.
I've been Ren.
You've been... and this has been Lids Off. Thank you very much.